For those born in the 90s, only those born in the 90s are wanted. Anyone older can go back. Under 33 years old, no one over 33. Can you believe this is Shenzhen after the Lunar New Year? It's all over. Not a soul behind me. I've been standing here for ages. What's going on? Look, even with jobs offering room and board, nobody's coming. What's happening? Are you all not planning to come to Guangdong after the New Year? Are you all going to Jiangsu, Zhejiang, and Shanghai? Isn't Guangdong attractive to you anymore? With China's increasingly tough job market, young people no longer dare to pursue decent, stable, and upwardly mobile jobs. Their requirements for a good job are now limited to safety and survival, but even such jobs are hard to find now. After the Chinese New Year, many people are once again heading to first-tier coastal cities like Shenzhen and Dongguan with large bags and suitcases to look for work. But this year, not only are they unable to find jobs, but some have even been scammed. A labor broker revealed that getting a job in a good factory now requires connections. Factories are no longer directly hiring. It's all about labor agencies recruiting. Black market labor agencies in China account for 70% of these jobs, either cheating on wages or charging extra fees in disguised forms. There are no high-paying jobs at all. In this episode, we'll take a look at the difficulties Chinese workers are facing after the Lunar New Year. Currently, the average wage for a regular employee in Dongguan is around $400 to $500 in medium-sized and smaller factories with less overtime. Large factories might pay around $300 to $400. Some factories will even pay over $800. To be honest, Guangzhou's garment village is really deserted this year. In previous years, right after the Lunar New Year, bosses would hold up signs to recruit workers, and workers would choose factories and prices. It was bustling. This year, it's deserted. There are fewer job postings than job openings. Many Hubei bosses have moved their factories back, and workers have followed suit. Guangzhou has many opportunities, but the pressure is high, and the job market is unstable. Dongguan feels like a ghost town. I went out to buy a pack of cigarettes, walked around my rented apartment, and saw a small shop there. It was closed last night, and it's still closed today. So I just kept walking around, and every store is closed. That's Dongguan for you. Those born after 1980 can leave now. Dongguan is practically deserted now. It's hard to even find breakfast in the industrial zone. All the brick-and-mortar stores run by people from other places have closed. There's no traffic on the way to work anymore. The city feels increasingly like a ghost town. Without people from other places, Dongguan feels lifeless. If all the people from other cities stop coming back, will Dongguan still be the Dongguan it used to be? I've been looking for work for so many days, from morning till night, and haven't found anything. Then it started raining heavily. What am I going to do? I can't go home. I am unemployed. I was just laid off from my company. I just left. I'm 36 years old, and I feel like such a failure. I have elderly parents to support and young children to raise. I don't know what to do next. I'm making a video to record my experience today. I hope that after a while I can pull myself together. Are there any other guys my age who are unemployed at this stage? In Guangzhou, the unemployment rate seems low. GDP growth is impressive, and per capita savings are reaching new highs. The data looks fantastic, but behind Guangzhou's impressive figures, who is calculating the actual situation of the working class? In Guangzhou, becoming a registered unemployed person is as difficult as finding a single room for $140 a month in Zhejiang, New Town. The city's different screening methods mean that if you're like me and have a rural household registration, even if you're unemployed and struggling to afford food in Guangzhou, you won't be counted as part of the unemployed population. This is because unofficial unemployment statistics only apply to urban areas, and the employment difficulties of rural residents are directly filtered out by this algorithm. With the continued economic downturn and increasing unemployment, China's social assistance system is particularly inadequate. Recently, a large number of beggars appeared in a scenic area in Shantou, Guangdong. Among them were elderly people, disabled people, and even suspected patients, lying on the ground or on carts. Some were even hooked up to IV drips. In front of them were various colored plastic trays, and some even displayed QR codes for payment. Some local netizens commented that beggars in the scenic area haven't just appeared recently. They've been there for several years, and the phenomenon is also present in other scenic areas. Some netizens also expressed concern that these beggars might be professional beggars and don't deserve sympathy. In today's society, everyone chooses to live a life of lying flat in idleness. Professional beggars don't give a penny, and since they're in groups, you can't tolerate them. Your kindness will only amplify their evil. Performative begging, no different from fraud. However, some netizens analyze that the social welfare system is inadequate and doesn't cover vulnerable groups, especially the elderly and disabled, whose lives are extremely difficult, making begging a last resort. Let's take a look at the situation in neighboring Shenzhen. Now, I finally understand why so many people like to invest in shops in Shenzhen. Look at Tianhe, Guangzhou. You see shops closing down everywhere. Walk down any street or alley and you'll find at least 3 to 5 shops closed. Look how nice this location is, right next to the street. Look, they're all gone. No wonder I said many Guangzhou clients have been willing to move their investment in shops to Shenzhen in recent years. Just look at these shops, it's enough to give you a headache.
Let
me show you Shenzhen today. 30 years ago, it was packed with people. Now you can't find even a single place to eat. Home is best and not easy outside. If you're considering working in Shenzhen in 2026, take my advice. Hold off. Open any job postings and you'll see tempting offers starting at $1,160, including room and board, and 6 days off per month. But the reality is, when you're actually being interviewed, you'll find the base salary is only $500, with the rest being performance-based pay. Whether you get that depends entirely on luck. Those factory jobs offering $43 per day are always hiring because they can't retain staff. Standing on assembly lines for 12 hours, working night shifts until you're dizzy, dormitories crammed like containers. A lot of people quit after just 2 days. In Shenzhen in 2026, housing prices will be high, commutes long, and competition fierce. Even a simple clerical position will have hundreds of applicants. This is a department our company just shut down last year. Let me show you. This used to be a mold workshop, full of machines, very lively. But now the industry has changed. Mold making isn't profitable and the company no longer needs it, so the whole department was disbanded. Now the workshop is empty, all the equipment has been moved and sold. It's quite sad to see. Would you still be willing to come to Shenzhen after the Chinese New Year? I am a 2025 graduate and I've been in Shenzhen for over 4 months since graduation. First of all, for someone like me with a college diploma and no work experience, finding a job in Shenzhen is really difficult. Basically, it's either telemarketing or factory work, and it's hard to find a job related to my major. This led to me not finding a suitable job for the first 3 months after arriving in Shenzhen. Is it really this hard to find a job in Shenzhen now? What terrible crime have I committed? I've contacted over 1,000 companies and submitted my resume to over 200, but only about 10 have invited me to interviews. Some of these companies are just inflating their KPIs, some are disrespectful and insulting, and some have terrible staff. Kids, if I can't find a job soon, I'm going home. I originally thought Shenzhen would be packed with people after the New Year, but I was surprised to find only a few aunties scattered around. During the Spring Festival, I boldly predicted that many people would come this year, maybe tens of millions or even several million new arrivals. But now it's a bit awkward, not just in our domestic service industry, but even walking on the street or in the subway. There's no feeling of crowding. When basic needs for safety and survival are not met, quitting or even leaving the work environment altogether has become a choice for modern young people. On mainland social media, work often becomes a synonym for meaninglessness, and lying flat has become the ultimate expectation for many young people's careers. Today, young people's expectation of a good job is simply a normal job that is average in all aspects. No continuous overtime, regular salary, reasonable annual leave, and sick leave that are not denied. healthy relationships with colleagues, and the company providing learning opportunities for new employees, etc. But even this kind of normal work is extremely rare nowadays. Shops that once sold for over $280,000 per square meter at their peak are now completely empty. Nearly 90% of them are now being used as warehouses, and nobody wants them. The selling price has even dropped to around $3,624 per square meter. I wonder what the owners are thinking now. Back then, this place was packed with people. It's now 3 p.m. on the 7th day of the Lunar New Year, and you can see that there are only a few people scattered around. You should know that back then, if you wanted to run a shop here, it wasn't just about paying rent. You also had to pay transfer fees, tea money, etc. And the owners who bought these shops back then lined up overnight to buy them. It's tough. Another tenant ran away and even gave up the deposit. I told you before, Japanese food is hard to sell. Nobody eats it, but you wouldn't listen. The tables, chairs, and kitchen equipment are all here. Let's see what else we can do. My goodness, I've been here since noon until 6 p.m. and I haven't sold a single item. Not even a single person tried it out. This business is driving me crazy. Why don't I just put this money in the bank? Why am I suffering like this? A friend of mine opened a milk tea shop in Guangzhou, Shenzhen last year, investing a total of $55,099. Business was okay for the first 3 months, but in the 4th month, 2 more shops opened next door, engaging in a price war, selling cups for $1 each. He couldn't keep up and had to sell the shop, losing $36,249. Now he delivers food, saying that being a delivery boy is much better than being a boss. At least he can see money coming in every day. Startup owners in Shenzhen, have you thought this through? The Shenzhen rental market seems to have quietly changed recently. Colleagues and landlords have been discussing this. In previous years, tenants were very eager to renew their leases at this time. This year, many landlords have told me that even with $60 to $70 price reductions, the apartments are still vacant. In previous years, apartments near subway stations were particularly sought after. Newly renovated apartments would be sold within days of being listed. Recently, even apartments in good locations with nice renovations are often listed for half a month without any activity. Some landlords are even proactively offering to include internet and management fees, but inquiries from tenants remain low. The biggest change I noticed when I came back to Shenzhen this time is the disappearance of the demographic dividend. Shenzhen's biggest problem now is a group of landlords and property speculators waiting for young people to strive, to pursue technology and R&D so they can drive up rents and housing prices. No wonder Shenzhen residents say that in the morning the trains bring in a group of energetic young people, but by evening they've taken away a group of lifeless older youth. Shenzhen is so deserted. It's an empty city, not a soul in sight. I practically had a park all to myself. Isn't that amazing? Across the street is the Ping An Finance Center, over 500 meters, almost 600 meters tall, a landmark of Greater China. The pedestrian street has been demolished. Those who haven't come yet, please don't come. Do you think the closure of brick-and-mortar stores only affects small business owners? When the hair salons, restaurants, and clothing stores downstairs close one by one, your own income and paycheck are also slowly shrinking. The closure of brick-and-mortar stores isn't just about a few shops, it's about the entire city's economy. It's a chain reaction with no winners. First, think clearly about one thing. Where did the money go? That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, or share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.